up everyone, it's your girl Witspiration, and I'm back with another video. I know I've taken so long to get back to you guys, but now I've like thought everything through and like I'm ready to like produce some great stuff for you guys this year. So yes, with that being said, today is going to be a different type of topic that you're not used to me doing. I spoke on my Instagram before. If anyone follows me, it is at Witspiration. Pretty much all my handles are at Witspiration on different platforms. So Instagram at Witspiration, and I was talking about how I'm going to start changing my content. It's still going to be body positive, but I'm also going to put some more Black community content in because I think it's very prevalent in today's 2020 world to speak about Black community issues, Black community greatness and excellence and all that kind of stuff. Today is not an excellence one though. Today is going to be about these new influencers that are out now that are on Instagram, the ones that you can't tell if they're Black or white. They have a lot of tanning. It's semi-blackface and like, you know, the whole black fishing thing. It's kind of a subject around that, but what I am really wanting to pinpoint on is just, I feel like a lot of these, and I'm not going to say all white women because I don't think that would be right, but I'm going to say all, like a lot of the white women influencers out right now who are influencing culture are, to me, trying to embody a certain sex appeal, which is a black woman's sex appeal. And I know that already this is going to be a topic that people are going to be like, huh? And they're going to want to argue and have comments. But hey, that's the whole point of this, is to make people talk and have conversations about these issues. So what I'm basically trying to say is I feel like the new influencers with the enhancements of like plastic surgery, lips, butt, over tanning and hairstyles and all of that is starting to really make me be like, wait, are you trying to embody this whole Black woman sex appeal and the way that the Black woman is perceived as sexy? And I'm going to do a whole entire like spiel, and I'm also going to try to talk about some history facts as well as to why I think this. And sorry if you heard that airplane. I live right next to the airport. So yeah, let's get right to it. And guys, I'm not one of those like prepared YouTubers. So like I have my notes right here on my phone. So I'm going to explain to you how I came up with this theory. And I'm putting a disclaimer now. This is not to all white women. And like, if you don't identify with this, then you shouldn't be worried. If you do identify with this, then you're getting educated right now as to why this is becoming a problem. So either or, someone's getting educated and the other person, it's not you. So I am going to start with this. Yes, I'm noticing a lot of the influencers that are out just trying to get this Black-ish look. Like it's not totally like all the way black, but it's just like they're like, they'll tan, if they're white, they'll tan themselves to the point where they're like, they kind of look Spanish, or you would think that they're mixed, or you don't really know, they're like racially ambiguous. And then if you look at their pictures or their Instagrams before, they did not look like that. They were completely pale and yada yada. And we know that Black people, we influence pretty much everything. We influence culture, we influence everything and everybody. So I understand why this is taking off like this, but it's starting to like get out of hand to me. So I am going to start with this. Every woman has sex appeal, and it doesn't matter what race you have, whether you're Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. Every woman, we all have sex appeal. That's just what a woman is, and even men do too. But like, since we're talking about women, I'm going to stick with this category of women because we are held at a higher beauty standard than men. So everything is based on our looks, whether we like it or not. That's just how the world decided to perceive us. So every woman has sex appeal, but I just believe that Black women and just Black people in general, we possess a deeper kind of sex appeal, and it all goes back to slavery. It isn't actually positive. It's not actually a positive thing, but as Black people, we always make our negatives into positive. We've been doing it since slavery. Like, we made a whole culture. There's so many things that we turn that was negative into a positive. So now Black women, a lot of us own our sexuality, but the reason why we are, as I said, our sex appeal is deeper and it's more emotional. It's because of slavery, and I'm going to get into why that is right now. So, as you know, slavery, there was a lot of things that went on. There was beating, people getting burnt at the stake. There was rape going on, sexual harassment, just mental, physical, emotional, all the kind of abuse you can name. That is what went on in slavery. And we are, even though we weren't seen as humans, to the higher people in power, which were white people, even though we weren't seen as human, we still were human. We were men and we were women. And when you're a woman, you're already, like I said, perceived sexually all the time. So when you're a Black woman and you're dehumanized, it's even worse. So a lot of the Black women in slavery were not only raped, but like, it was just a complete mentally sick thing that went on, because you would, like, a lot of these women slaves would, have sex with the master of the plantation, and then they would have kids by them, and then and like, we've seen so many stories that, like, it's probably true, like, then the master liked them, and then they took them around to other masters. They probably slept with them, then they probably started, like, just threw them to the side and was like, okay, bye, go back to your slave headquarters. Then you had the white women who were married to the masters. They got mad. And, I remember that scene in, 12 Years a Slave with Lupita. That slave owner, he loved her, but then the slave owner's wife was upset because he was in love with her, and then she knocked her upside the head, which was very, very, very a lot for me to take in when I saw that. So all those things went on, like, and you're being sexually harassed, you're being beaten every way, you're being talked down to every day, you're being told every day that you're equated to an animal over and over and over, and on top of, like, the sexual trauma and all that, that is what's being said to you. So you're going to, develop a certain kind of mindset, but then also, since you were always looked at as just an object, and you are a woman, you're just going to be a sexual object. Like, they were a sexual object to these masters or masses, as we say. So that is how all of that comes into play. And like I said, we were always, like, viewed as hypersexual, even back in slavery, that even the Black men, a lot of the white women wanted to have sex with the Black men, the Black slaves, because, about the whole thing, the junk in the trunk, and their trunk, was bigger and all that type of stuff. And, just completely humiliating them sexually, and they would, do what they wanted to do with them, and they were viewed as sexual objects, and then Black women were viewed as sexual objects. Like, the list goes on and on. So, like, with that trauma, we are always in the back of, even though slavery is over, and like, all of that, we're not getting sexually abused and all of that, they still view us as a sexual object. Like, women are already viewed as sexual objects, but we as Black women were still in the back of people's mind, because it's generation viewed as a sexual object. So that means that our sexual appeal is going to be higher than, someone who is a woman, who is like a white woman, because you're actually more respected in the mind, because you weren't seen as an object. So I don't know if guys, help me out if you kind of know what I'm saying, but that's what I'm basically saying. So from all that sexual trauma and everything, we're still seen as like, you know, a sexual object, hypersexual, you know, even in like the media, black women, like when you talk about the rappers and you talk about Lil' Kim and you talk about Nicki Minaj, a lot of those women, you know, are seen as overly sexual and, you know, oh, why is she talking about sex all the time? Why is she rapping? Like, you know, and we're seeing it's derogatory and bad for us. But, you know, if another person of like a white race does it, they're seen as cool. They're being sexy. They're embracing their sexuality. But when we do it, that's what happens. And it is all because of slavery. It's because the dehumanization. And when people understand the fact that we were dehumanized, then I feel like they can get what I'm talking about. Because you have to understand that generation for generation, our ancestors were not considered as human. Like, that is what I'm trying to explain to you. So as I said, black people, we always turn everything into a positive. So we, you know, we're growing, we're getting out of slavery, and we as black people, because we were dehumanized, it's very hard for us to express our emotion because we weren't considered as humans. People were telling us we're not human. We weren't allowed to feel. We weren't allowed to express our emotions. Like, we were told to shut up and like, this is how it is. Like, you're not a human and just shut up and get over it. So that was repetitively told to us. So it's just really hard for us to express emotion. And even in our community, we will tell our own people to shut up because we're used to people telling us to shut up and not have emotion. Like, that's a whole nother video. But the thing is that we always try to take trauma and turn it into something happy, something good. And as black people, we show our expression and our emotion through like physical things. Like, that's why we love to dance. That's why we love music. Like, that's why when we're like making fun of people who can't dance, it's not because we're just trying to make fun of people. It's just like, you're not feeling the music and feeling that beat the way we're feeling it. Because I just feel like since we couldn't express our emotion verbally, we have to express our emotion physically. And that's why I feel like we express it through dance, through music, and through stuff like that. And so that's what I'm saying about like the sexuality is a deeper thing. It's just, I feel like as black women, we like our movements, our, you know, facial expression, we've posed for a picture, and even our body shapes and everything like that. It's a whole vibe. It's a whole sexual appeal that we have that, you know, from our history and our past. It's a certain thing that it's a strong and it's thing that people want to embody. And apparently everybody wants to embody it, even people that aren't black. So I really hope I'm getting to a good point here, guys. I feel like I'm confusing, but if you understand what I'm trying to say, or if you think I can convey it better, write down what I could have said and how I could have did this video. But that was what I'm trying to say. I just feel like, you know, the way that black women embody our sexuality is a little different, and it's more physical, it's more passionate. It's just us, and that's black people in general, because like I said, it's not so much verbal with us, it's more physical, like showing our emotion through our physical like movements and how we move and how we look and stuff like that. So let's get into these white influencers. So black people has been popping, but you know, and ever since slavery, you know, white people have always been attracted to us. That's why there's a race in America. Like, that's why I'm here. Like, my great grandfather, he was white as like the wall over here. He was a Sicilian. I'm here. We're all here. Everyone that's African American and who doesn't know their roots that live in America, we're all here because like a lot of us, we have like down the line, not saying like a lot of percentage, we have white people in us, you know, because of the attraction that they had. They liked us. We were popping. You guys can't say we weren't, and we're not. So with that being said, that's always been a thing. Black people we influenced the world almost, basically. So, like I said, like the facial movements, the body, and the way that we express ourselves is deeper as Black women. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of the non-Black influencers trying to embody the same sexual appeal through body, through face, through skin, everything. Like you got the lip injections, you trying to get the, what's that thing? The melanin popping with the, highlighter, you darken your skin so you can get that effect, so you can get that melanin popping effect. You may not have had it before because you were white, you were paler, but now you're going to go to the tanning salon and make yourself get that look. And it's all because now Black and dark skin, for like 2 years, I feel like it just started to be popping to like the main media. So that's why so many people are getting darker. Like I noticed, and I love Ariana Grande, but she got darker, and we're not even going to talk about the Kardashians because that's a whole thing. They got darker, and I just noticed like every influencer now is getting darker. So I'm going to show some examples of some people that I'm talking about. Like, obviously Kylie, I always look in the comments and people are always like, sometimes I'm like a person that says things in the comments, but I don't want to be a troll, so I don't go in. But some people, like, they'll say to Kylie, oh, you're trying to be a fake light skin, or you got darker, or, like, what's this hair? Because, they always cultural appropriate with the braids, with the everything else and all of that. So, they do that. And then there's this other girl that recently I just saw, and her name is, oh God, I don't even know what her name is. She's like a fitness, I'm going to post her name up here, but she's like a fitness person. It's not Jen Seltzer. It's this other girl who is a fitness person, and she's gotten really darker and has lips, really huge lips now too. And I don't know, it's like that thing. It's like a trend now to be blackish and look tan and like light skin, like that's a thing. And I've noticed that she has been looking that way too, because before she kind of looked just basically like a regular white girl with like big lips. And I thought that she was white, but she's actually mixed with Trinidadian and white, so I guess she has a pass. But it's still, everybody is still trying to be Black. Like if they're not Black, or if they're not fully Black, they are trying their hardest to be Black, okay? Because it is now a trend. So, yeah. So those are the people that, there's so many other people. Like there's Kylie's best friend who, after she was friends with, what's her name? Jordan, I was going to say Jordan Sparks. Jordan Woods. She has her lips done. She's got her butt done. It's all hips, and it's all like, oh, like trying to embody that same Black girl thing. Yeah. So I just want to show, and I'm gonna like end this video with some actual like Black women that I love and that I think are popping, and that I feel like these influencers are trying to embody. There's so many people I love. I love Normani, and I love, what's her name? Oh, that girl. Now she's on Grownish now. Oh, Ryan Destiny. Love her. Beautiful, full lips, dark skin. I love her. She's beautiful. And there's other people like Justine Skye, and I noticed that her and Kylie aren't friends, and I was like, yo, when her and Kylie were friends, Kylie's lips got bigger, and I was like, yo, I hope low-key she's not trying to look like Justine Skye. I peeped that, but they aren't friends for a whole other reasons, for Travis Scott reasons. But yeah, Ryan Destiny, Justine Skye, we have Kelly Rowland, like I said, Normani, who else that I love? Tika Sumpter, and of course I had to put the Queen Bee at the end. Queen Bee, Beyonce. These are all women, Black women, and they embody a certain natural sexual appeal that these new influencers who and you know what, that's why I am pinpointing on influencers and not just going to say all white women are like this, because the people, like regular people, like regular white girls, like, yeah, they might like get into like the new Black is not whack anymore trend that's happening. Like they might want to like, oh yeah, I like this, and you know, I want to get tan and I like black men. Like that's the only thing that is happening around here, like in these towns, in this suburban town that I'm from. Like in the real world, they're not trying to look exactly like these influencers, but these influencers, they are called influencers for a reason. So they're gonna do whatever is popping. And right now, being black is popping, and all of them are half light skin looking with the lips, with the hips, and all of that. And I'm just like, I'm making this video just as a thing to just point out. I'm not hating anyone. Like a lot of these girls they're pretty, but it's just like they look too enhanced and they look like they're trying to be black. And then some of them I mistaken as light skin or Spanish or something other than white. So I just feel like that is the new thing now. And sometimes we can't tell who's black and who's not. And yeah. So that is what I want to talk about. Oh, there's something else that I wanted to talk about that is another addition to this video that happened yesterday. And it goes right in with this freaking like video. So I was scrolling around on Instagram and I came across Kylie Jenner in this new photo that she posted where she looks Hispanic right now, because she already's got the lips and the body and stuff. She looks Hispanic in this picture, or she kind of looks like half black. So her tan's really like kind of glistening dark like that, and then she's got this new like caramel color hair that she's wearing. She's got this long rat tail braid, and if anyone's black, they know what a rat tail braid is. They know what a rat tail comb is. So the braid's going all the way down her back, and I've seen so many black models and just black people do this pose. I feel like I've seen even Beyonce do something like this with like a really long braid or something pose. This is a black people's hairstyle. This is a black thing that's happening right now. It's black. It's black culture, what she's doing right now. And like, I was looking at the comments and there were so many people. There were a lot of like white, who are her white followers, and they were saying that the braid is tacky, it looks ugly, it looks ghetto. Why are you wearing that braid, Kylie? Take it off, it's not cute. And then there you have the black people saying like, this is a rat tail braid, like we always wore this to school when we didn't feel like doing our hair. We would gel it up, our moms would gel it up for us and put that ponytail on, put that rat tail braid on, and sis, we would be swinging that and going to a first period. So yeah, we knew what this was, but the white people, or Kylie Jenner's white followers, they don't really get it because it's not their culture. They're saying that it's ugly, but she thinks it's popping because she's going to do whatever the mainstream media thinks is popping, and that's being black now. So I was scrolling and I came across Normani. Normani says, so this is what we're doing? Got it. She threw some shade. Normani is sick and tired. She's sick and tired of this because Normani is, I'm sure as a dark-skinned black woman in the music industry, she's went through so much, like, and she's young. At that age of being, like, I think she's 22 or something. At this age, she's been through so much stuff that we haven't been through. And like, just, I know a lot of us as black women have been through stuff like in a normal life, but I know that in the music industry, it's way worse. So I know she's been through a lot. So she's sick and tired of this. She's sick and tired of people making money off of what was told that if she wore was ugly, you know? So she said that, but then Kylie, I don't know if Kylie understood that she was throwing shade, or she did and she was just trying to be, you know, like funny and petty. Kylie wrote back the little face and a heart eye at her, and that's pretty much it. So everybody is trying to figure out if Normani was shading her or if she was giving her a compliment. So that is what everyone in the comments was talking about. But I'm about to end this video. I know it was a complete like confusing thing. I really hope that I got my point across, and I hope some people like understood what I was trying to say in this video. But yeah, I want you guys to comment about this video. Do you think that the white influencers are, you know, trying to embody the sexuality of a black woman? Like, do you think what my point that I was trying to argue is true? If you don't believe in that, if you disagree with me, comment that too. Listen, I can listen to people's comments that agree with me and the ones who oppose to me and don't agree with me. But as long as we're not hating, we're not calling people any names, we're not doing any hate comments, then it's fine. So give me your opinions in the drop down comment section. Also, guys, I want to know your opinion on the Normani situation. Do you think she was throwing shade at Kylie, and did you think Kylie was not getting it, or if she was throwing shade back and just being like, haha, yeah, I'm doing this? Like, let me know what you feel about that. And also always follow me on Instagram at Witspiration, and follow me on Twitter at Witspiration. And also remember to like and subscribe to my videos so you can keep seeing my content. Guys, I'm going to continue to post content. I'm trying to be more professional with the way I present my information to you guys. This might have been a little bit scatterbrained, but I'm trying and I'm learning. So give me some comments on what you thought about this video, and keep on watching because I'm going to bring some more videos very soon. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.